to turn the other way, especially as black men. We should be fucking ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of us as black people. Because we live in an era of disconfusion. And a lot of it has to go with psychology as well. I don't know if you guys can see the title, but Instagram updated itself where you can now put a title as you want for your topic on these live streams. Now I'm going to put the title right here in the comments section, and I'm going to pin it because I want to make sure people can see at the bottom and at the top. And as you can see by the name of the title, An Error of Disbelief. We live in a very sad era now. And we live in an era of disbelief. Now, before I begin, excuse me for the way that I sound because I'm trying to get over this sick. I got the flu and strep throat. Yes, I have antibiotics for it. I'm taking as much energy as I can to be able to talk clearly for you guys. So, please understand. We live in an era of disbelief. We live in an era of being scared. An era of turning away or turning the other cheek. We live in an era of kicking real victims. We live in an era of holding fake victims to a high standard as worshiping them as gods and making them into prophets. We live in an era where we hold people who we don't even know to a high standard and defend them rather than defending, somebody we know or somebody that's at the same level as you and kick them as dirt. We live in an era of disconfusion. And I want to point out some topics today. And it seems that it is needed because of the shit I'm seeing. Now, I'm a mixed breed. I don't know how many times that I got to keep saying that. I myself is Cherokee Indian. I am South African, Jamaican, Egyptian, Eskimo, Italian. I have a fine line of walking both sides of the rules of being a white person and a black person. I had experience on both sides of the race, from either being called a nigger, maybe not even a nigger from white people, or fucking cracker from black people. So I'm a mixed breed. But this ain't about, this is about race. But it's as us as a black community and on why we tend to turn the other way, especially as black men. We should be fucking ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of us as black people. Because we live in an era of disconfusion. And a lot of it has to go with psychology as well. Oh, a lot of it has to. I'm raising my voice because I'm heavily fucking pissed off. I want to start off with the topic. This all has to go on the topic of race. Or not of race, but of rape. I want to start with the MJ stuff first. I do. Now give me a minute. Fuck. Leaving Neverland came on. It had a 2-part series, 4 hours long. Then you had the Oprah Winfrey thing that came on after that. Wade Robinson and James Safechuck. If you go and look at their actual documents from 6 years ago, and then even from the late 80s and early 90s, within those eras of that timeline, then you see a lot of their allegations that they were saying it was false and it was lies. It has been proven that it has been lies. That's why it got thrown out so much. Because they want money. In this actual case, yeah, we can say that these people are after money. You know, they're in their 40s. Especially Wade Robinson. He used to be a dance teacher for Britney Spears and NSYNC. And of course a couple other people that wanted to be dancers. Well, dance classes ain't around like that no more. He's getting up there in age. He can't be moving like that. He knows that that era of music and dancing is gone. So now he's looking for money. And it has came out to the in actual documents and recordings that he doesn't want to work no more. So he doesn't want to go out and make a living. Look, watching and reacting to the documentary with Michael Trapson. That whole documentary had nothing to fucking do with Michael. At all. It was more about what it was. Like, very to anything at all had anything to do with Michael and that documentary. What it was about Wade Robinson and James Safechuck. Mainly Wade Robinson's life story. How he was brought up was a typical child, typical life, typical child, typical adult, teenage years as well. Nothing major. Nothing fucking sad. But they wanted to add some sprinkles of bullshit to kind of give people to still pay attention, like, oh, it's still about Michael. And when it wasn't. If you look at the documentary, it's really just them wanting to tell their life story that has nothing to do with Michael. At all. So they clickbaited the whole damn thing. There's tips and tricks as to filmmaking to give a dramatic, sad moment that ain't even fucking supposed to be sad. He pauses and stops in a lot. And they were making shit up as they went along. The person that directed the film was known for doing war documentaries, if I remember correctly, from what I learned, from what I heard. And it sounds about right. HBO ain't even known for showing documentaries. HBO, from when I was younger, from what I remember, even before I was barely born, till now, they were known for a lot of their porn showings. Because HBO was about showing pornography. Holy fuck. That shit just hit me right here. Doing a documentary on child pedophilia. Taking in it. Okay. Holy fuck, that shit just now fucking hit me. A documentary on child pedophilia that had nothing to do with rape. A company, a station with no journalism, who doesn't do background checks, who never bothered to look at court documents. A station that's known for its pornography. Holy fuck, you can see why they did that. And why they sprinkled in what they wanted to. Holy fuck, it makes sense now. It makes all too fucking well sense. Not only did they clickbait it, not only did they have Wade Robson and James Safechuck really tell their life story that had nothing to do with Michael Jackson, but they wanted them to make up shit as they went along, throw in some sexual shit in there because HBO is a pornographic station. See, it makes sense. But throughout documentaries, there's a whole fucking problem with that. Because when you watch documentaries, just like in court, there's supposed to be physical evidence of videotape, audio, clothing, pictures, witnesses. Now, there were statements, but a lot of those statements came out saying about Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they were lying. There was another one too, but that was proven to be a lie. There's this girl that was on Michael Trapson's live on Instagram who invited her, and she told her story. She was at Neverland. Several times she spent the night, and a lot of those kids who they interviewed said all those allegations shit, that was fake. If anything, Michael left to his private headquarters. Like, she literally shared details and stories and about those allegations not being true. And I'm going to get into the problem of today because that's going to come back around with some other things I'm going to say. This documentary showed, with no evidence, when you do something, you have to show proof of something, right? Because this is supposed to be the error of, if it ain't on video, it ain't true, right? This is supposed to be that error. If it ain't on fucking video, it ain't true, right? If that's the case, where the fuck the proof? Because there is none. So Michael's an innocent man. And again, there are some problems I'm going to be discussing in this video because we live in an era of disbelief. Right? So then you have Oprah that comes on. 25 years ago, she done an interview with Michael Jackson. That was her biggest interview to date. Even now. She had no other big impact interviews. None. Not even the 50 Cent interview comes close. Oprah Winfrey's supposed to be a man-hater, correct? Oprah Winfrey's supposed to be a man-hater, correct? Oprah is supposed to be a man-hater, right? Oprah herself was supposed to be a victim of rape. But here she is, in a picture that you guys have seen me post probably on here, and seen others talk about. There's a reason why they did this documentary, because there's a white guy with actual real evidence of proof of him being a child molester. And I think it's the same guy who done the Jeepers Creepers franchise. The movies. Him. Hard-hitting evidence of everything. On every format. She defended him. She spoke for him. She paid for all his court things. Right? If she's supposed to be a victim of fucking rape, then why the hell are you standing for child predators? Why are you taking up for actual, real predators, Oprah? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you fucking lied about your life. You know damn well you wasn't no fucking victim. You're a fucking culture fucking vulture. A black ass bitch coon is what Oprah is. But then here you are, downing a dead man who is actually innocent. And then you want to go ahead and turn on. It sounds like you running out of money, bitch. Because when this shit happened, the audience that came out who goes to her show, You know what a good majority of them say? She don't pay for the gifts she gives us. We gotta pay for them. Oh, you paying for them? Shit. What else? Because it sound like Oprah not only is running out of money to me, it sounded like she ran out of audience during the whole fucking interview. Like the crowd, like wasn't there. So here we are now going into the next thing with R. Kelly, right? Everyone wants to fucking cry for R. Kelly. Oh my god, he broke down in tears during that interview. That white lady was being mean. Oh, she was a racist. Well, shut the fuck up. Because I'm seeing a good majority of us black people defending this motherfucker. He's a real child fucking rapist. There's so much hard-hitting evidence. Real life fucking evidence. But here we are defending him. You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, and a good majority of y'all have kids. So that lets me know that you would be comfortable for somebody to come and rape your fucking child. Yes, it would, damn it. Oh, you best fucking believe it. See, the psychology of this, because this woman was really fucking coming at him, hitting him hard. He couldn't take the pressure. But this is when we get to the psychological part. When you're guilty of something and it's eating at you for years and years, and you have somebody poking you at every turn because they hitting you with it, because the shit's out there. Real hard hitting evidence out there. And when you can't take it is when you start getting mad because you know you are wrong for what you did, and now the pressure is fucking on. That's why he got pissed. Because he knew he fucked up. He knew his time has ran out. He knew that there's so much hard hitting evidence and hitting shit. And when they come fucking poking at you and hitting you in every direction, drilling you for that shit, oh, they want to see how you gonna be. Because you couldn't take the heat, you see now you reacted. That has guilt written all over it. But then you have another side, right? Where you know if you didn't do something, yeah, you're gonna remain calm. But eventually that shit builds up over time and you're all going to go off because you are being accused of something that you know you probably or did not do. So you also have that. But in a good majority of cases, you know, you're going to be calm. You're going to be calm. Right? Reason why I'm not calm is because I'm pissed, us as black people, because we're defending this motherfucker. Don't you know he actually has history before he's famous of actually raping people? Kids? I want you guys to really hear me out here. When somebody has money, there comes power. They're going to target somebody young who does not have a fully developed brain. So they're going to put stuff into their mind, into their brain per se, to brainwash them. But along with that comes intimidation and abuse, with physically and also verbally. So you're going to put that person in a state of fear, shock, to where they're going to be scared and they're afraid to speak. And that can happen. You know, you could go years on end for so long because the person hasn't got caught yet and they want to make sure that you're going to remain in fear of your life. That you are going to become ruined by that. You are. It's a real thing. So those that are saying, man, it's 20 years too late. No, motherfuckers, because obviously you dumb-minded, you stupid, you one-track-minded, you uneducated, and you don't know shit. The people that are saying that. It's not too late. Because again, when you have power and money, and you attract a younger audience, and you're attracted to younger people like that, whose minds ain't fully developed, you can use that to your advantage. Because you're going to drill shit, brainwashing per se, put stuff in their mind and their brain. But along the way, it comes at abuse. Not just of rape, but also beatings. verbal abuse, because that person, again, hasn't gotten caught yet. So as time goes on, you're in fear. You're in fear. There's I forget how many years ago it was, but there was somebody that got kidnapped from their home at a young age, and this guy, he raised this girl, I think, for 15, 20 years, but he made her live in his backyard in a tent. Brainwashed it like a motherfucker. Did shit to it like you wouldn't believe. And once all this was found out, because somebody, got nosy, but they got nosy for a good reason, because what's going on here? Because you can ignore things for a very long time, and you may not notice it because life, whatever you have going on is going to distract you from a lot of things. And when this was found out, and she came out and remembered her bit of her young years before she was abducted, and she was reunited with her family, she couldn't recognize them because she really didn't know who her parents were. But they could barely recognize her because she aged so much. And this happened in New York. But along with that, they went through that guy's house and they found 20 bodies buried. Some bodies in the wall and bodies underneath the floor and basement. You see what I'm saying? So things like that can actually happen. I remember watching that on live television. Until one day somebody's going to come out and speak and stand up because they don't want to take it no more. And when that happens, the pressure is on. If you take a look at the singer Leah, he was fucking her at a young age. Ain't no doubt about it. But the thing is, the reason why it was ignored for 18, 19 years, he was rich, he had money, he had power. She was young and rich and was gaining power. And so when those worlds collide, because he was 30 years old, believe it or not, when Aaliyah was on the scene. So when those worlds collide, it's going to be a clutterfuck. So she may not have known. Because money makes you blind to things. Money makes you blind. And I'm seeing us as black people defending this fucking pedophilia rapist, saying it's wrong for what she doing to him. Oh, I feel bad for him. Don't feel fucking bad. He lost it because he's guilty. If you take a look at some of his stuff that he was saying before about his mother, I'm not going to repeat everything. In criminal justice and studying the criminal mind and psychologically, somebody like that who's saying those things, like he said with his mother, that is a sign of somebody at an early age developing and becoming a child predator. Do your research. It's out there. Do your research. But again, we're one-track-minded people in the black community, and we're uneducated. So we're going to want to be in disbelief. We're going to want to be in disbelief. Oh, you best believe that. When he got bailed out, all the black men were there championing on him, but down in the actual victims and saying things. And that's one of the problems, again, within this next conversation that we have with black people. We tend to want to silence. We tend to want to silence. We tend to want to silence real victims. Because we want to turn the other cheek. We don't want to listen. Because we're arrogant. But when you have fake victims, like Wade Robinson and Chuck Safe and James Safechuck, right? We want to praise them. The victims of justice for alright? That's what we do. Us as black people, that's what the fuck we do. Another thing that we do. When there's no evidence being shown as somebody that has been accused and shit has been proven over and over again that they are innocent, that things have been proven over and over again that they couldn't collect no DNA samples from blood tests, swab, sperm, no video evidence, audios, or pictures, right? We want to go ahead and bash them and say that they're guilty. Oh, he's guilty. Get the fuck out of here. But when actual hard-hitting evidence is in our face of somebody that is guilty of these things, when they actually have a match from their swab, blood, and sperm samples, right? Even from video, audio, and pictures and fingerprints. When it's right here in this fucking smack dab in our face, we don't want to see it. Oh my God, it's fake. Oh my God, he's innocent. Innocent. Because we're fucking coons, bruh. We are coons. That's what the fuck we are in the black community. That's everything that I describe. That's how we are. Us. Just be fucking ashamed. And that goes to show again, a good majority of those who will see this who are black, you have children, right? I'm going to go ahead and call it out. If somebody would come and break your fucking child, you wouldn't give a fuck. You wouldn't give a fuck. Just other examples I shared in some previous videos, I'll share again. There was a 14-year-old girl that got fucking raped and molested by her mother's boyfriend. She had the courage enough to go to her mother and tell her. The mother threw her underneath the goddamn bus. She took the boyfriend's side. In that case, why she took the boyfriend's side? Because the boyfriend is eventually beating the mother behind closed doors while the child isn't there and giving the mother shut up money. That's why she took the boyfriend's side. It's because the boyfriend is beating the fuck out of the mother. And you know what I see in the comment section? Us as black people. You know what the fuck I see in the comment section? Doubting this 14-year-old girl that kicked her and called her a liar. But she had the courage enough to go to her mother. Again, you as a black parent, you wouldn't care if somebody raped your fucking child. No, you wouldn't. You goddamn black fucking coons. Fucking niggers. Because that's what the fuck you being. Again, I'm part black so I can say this shit. But I'm going to tell you another thing. You have a video of Birdman with a 17-year-old from Memphis dancing in his boxers in front of Birdman in the studio. You know what I see in the comment section? I ain't seen no one talking about that. I seen like, man, check out this music, bro. Oh my God, bro. This music's fine when it sounds like shit. Birdman's a fucking rapist. He's the Liberace of hip-hop. A fucking rapist who ducks young boys and rapes them. See what he did to Lil Wayne when he was young? He fucked Lil Wayne as a child behind closed doors. Why do you think Lil Wayne's fucked up now? Because he had him so much hyped up on drugs, he wants him to forget that. But when reality fucking hits Lil Wayne one day so goddamn hard, you can expect the tell-all to come out. Hell, what underage child and teenager you know is kissing a grown-ass man on fucking TV? I'm gonna wait till reality hits Lil Wayne. Watch. When shit does, wait for a tell-all, and that tell-all's gonna come out, man, yeah, he used to fuck me. Watch. You know, we live in an era of disbelief. We live in an era of not wanting to believe things that we are seeing because we want to be blind to real life situations, and we want to hold people who are guilty to a higher standard and say that they innocent But yet, we want to get rid of people who ain't guilty. We want to silence actual victims, but we want to hold fake victims to a high standard. When we need to be holding people accountable for their fucking actions and not be blind anymore. And the reason why I do it because we're fucking scared and also uneducated. There's no leadership in the black community no more. None. And seeing this shit as black people, and some people that I've seen on my Facebook page are defending fucking R. Kelly to the hardest. These people have kids. Which again goes me to show you wouldn't care if somebody fucking raped your child. Well, you wouldn't. You'd fucking throw your child underneath the bus and take the stranger's side, man. You know, again, my father's a fucking abusive person, man. The reason why he ain't in my life no more. He took a lot of fucking my money because he didn't want me to have it. Because I'm a colored child. My father's white. He abused my mother. I heard stories and I seen some shit myself. He pulled his gun out on me and said, "Get the fuck out of my house or I'm going to kill you." Because my time ran out when I was working somewhere, right? It was only for 18 months. Well, I defended myself. But you know what? My mother took his side when the cops came. So she threw me underneath the bus, took his side when I went away to jail. I had two friends back in 97 that got raped, beat, molested, and hung on a fence on Halloween in 97 by a child rapist. His partner got out of prison, and his other partner haven't got caught yet. So they were both living in the same house. But one of them was going around taking pictures of all of his kids and hanging them up in the house, man. Well, after those girls got killed, and when they found the dude's partner at the house, and also when they caught the person that broke out of jail who was also involved with this because he got locked up for child rape, when they stormed that house, there was these pictures of all these kids because they were picking out who they wanted. There's a place where they put child predators at in this town called Countryside Village. It's a trailer park. That's a location for child predators. But over time, new owners come and go, and that information got lost. So you got families and you got these kids living in this trailer park amongst these child predators. But this trailer park also carries certain diseases. That's why a lot of people in this town walk around sick. You know, we live in an era of disbelief because we refuse to believe things that are real. Because we're scared. And we do a lot of fucking shit. And you wonder why we get looked at the way we do by white people. You wonder why people judge us. Because look at our actions. We don't know how to act as black people. We act like animals. There's a lot of things we need to stop doing. Thing is, man, we're too comfortable being and believing in disbelief because we so fucked up here because we do drugs. We shoot up, snort coke, smoke weed, heavy drinking. All that comes as drug abuse. We ignore our children. We spend money on shit we don't need. Rims, fucking sports games, drugs. And when it's time to take care of a kid, we dump our children off of somebody else to do it. When it comes time for rent, we gotta borrow money from somebody else. Because we like to go to fucking clubs and just blow our money, even though we need that. You know, we turn the other way when our child gets hurt because we're hypocritical clones, we're a piece of shit as black people. We have no leadership. We have nobody to tell us now right from wrong because we got rid of our leaders. We did that. So we're without leadership. We're without laws. We're without discipline. So we're acting like animals, quote unquote, savages, if you will. We don't know how to act. When somebody that comes that's educational and tries to gives us knowledge, we want to turn them down and say they're coons or they're white. No, we're the coons that say that. You know, we live in a very fucked up era now in disbelief, man. Things that I describe, that's the era now we live in. And it saddens me to see that we need to be ashamed of ourselves. We do. We need to be ashamed of ourselves. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like it, man. If that was you, you wouldn't like it. If somebody came and hurt you like that. Try putting yourself, man, imagine putting yourself in them people's shoes, man. Actual fucking victims. Or actual people that are innocent. And then imagine being slandered for that. You know, that shit would hurt you. Again, man, us as black people, we live in an era now of disbelief, bro. We need to stop that shit. I don't know what else, man, I can say. I'm out.